That's pretty good. Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, working late. It's good. Somebody's gotta be awake when everybody else is asleep. No, it's not that late here. It's like almost 11, I think. Yeah, I'm doing good. Had a bit of a long day, but not a bad one. Just hanging out. Been drawing some stuff. Just wrapped up drawing Marceline a little while ago. Did some cleaning, and now I'm doing stuff. Inktober stuff, probably. Well, I mean, not probably. That's absolutely what I'm doing right now. And gonna do, I don't know, maybe just some like doodling a little later. If I finish this and I still got some drawing left in me, then I'll do some more. But we'll see. This one might be a little bit intensive. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm good. I hope you guys are doing good. A lot of people maybe, I don't know, it's like Halloween festivities. If you've been to or are going to any parties or events or anything, I don't know. Hope you're having fun. I'm just over here drawing wormy guys. It's gonna be like a big maggot thing, basically. Because I think what you may not think about a world that's populated with insects is that a lot of insects have, like a larval state, like a grub life cycle that they go through. And it's something I thought about. So, it's gotta be something that's addressed or at least hinted at. Especially like characters like the moth guy. Like if you've seen the moth guy, like he was a caterpillar at one point. That's how moths grew up into moths, or caterpillars grow up into moths. They start out as caterpillars. So I thought it would be cool to like have, at some point in the story, I think I'm gonna have like show like a nursery, like a basically, because like if you're an intelligent race of insects, like one of the biggest problems for insects in the natural world is when they're in their larval stage or their chrysalis stage, they're really vulnerable. Like that's when they get picked on by a lot of other creatures because they're in a very vulnerable state. But an intelligent race of insects would obviously have a way to protect their young, to protect themselves while they're in a larval state, so that they're able to grow up and become, fully developed adults. So, I mean, like naturally, it makes sense to me to have some sort of like nursery where, adult insects can watch over the larvae while they grow. So, I thought that would be a fun idea to explore at some point in my comic book, which is getting like super close to start. I thumbnailed out like 6 pages last night, which is not enough. I'll probably try to do some more tonight, so I can get started on it pretty soon. But yeah, I mean things are going good. So I was just kind of like farting out all the stuff that was in my brain earlier at you. Hope it wasn't too unpleasant. I tend to do that. It's like one of the best ways personally to like explore ideas and just to remember stuff in general is to like just say it out loud, even if I'm not saying it to anybody. Like it's obviously nice to have somebody to talk to who is actually like a person that's listening to me. Hence you guys. Thank you. But yeah, just got ideas. I like having ideas. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Having getting your weekend started off in a good way. Inktober's almost up. We got what, like one more day? Just tomorrow. I don't think I'm like totally caught up. I think I definitely missed a few days that I didn't make up, but it was alright. I had a vacation, so I wasn't super compelled to like really make up for it. So I still felt really good about a lot of the stuff I did for Inktober, and I'm still feeling good about it. This is probably gonna be my last piece for Inktober. Well, I mean, not probably. It's definitely gonna be my last piece, but not the last piece for the project. And I am gonna be putting my Inktober stuff together in like a digital art book. That'll be on Gumroad. Somebody was asking me about that on stream yesterday. I want to say yesterday. So, yeah, that'll be out. And I'm actually gonna look into getting a printed version of it done, because this is one of the first times I've like done some work that I'm actually like very happy with. So, I think I might look into getting some printed. It hasn't been something I've like really done before, so kind of like a first art book, I guess. Like a first physical art book. I know I've talked about it before, but I think it's time to actually do it. Mostly I haven't done it because I haven't had anything that I've been like really, really happy with, like a collection of work. Anyway, I feel like I'm talking a lot about myself. If you guys have any questions, as always, feel free to ask. This piece might get a little busy later. Like there'll be a lot of like filling in these areas where like there's water, so I may not stream that part because the camera might get kind of shaky there. Like if I'm doing a lot of like really small, fast movements, like filling in these big spaces, then the camera tends to like bob a little bit. I don't want to like make anybody sick or anything like that. So I might not stream that part, and instead switch over to doing some like doodles. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I don't know about you guys, but I'm like in like full winter hibernation mode. Like my metabolism, like I just want to eat everything. And it's not just like the Halloween candy, I just can't stop eating. Like I just feel like I need to pack on fat to survive the winter. Which is absolutely absurd where I live in Southern California, because there's no such thing as winter out here. There's spring, summer, slightly cooler summer, and then like a little bit cold summer. That's pretty much all the seasons you get out here. I'm going to be drawing this figure from the legs up because it's standing in water. So that's going to be interesting. That's a little bit different. Yeah, I'm packing on all my like, I don't know what to call it, like it feels like I'm packing on fat for the winter. Like an extra like 10 pounds. So you'll notice like my shirts are just a little bit tighter. Do I always freehand it? Somebody asked that question. I have been. Always would be a stretch, because I don't always. I haven't always, but it's been a trend in the last like several drawings that I've done to do like a small thumbnail, which is, you guys see that here, and that's pretty much all the sketching I'm doing beforehand. Is just like, you know, put everything in space, and then all I do is I sketch a little like light pencil bounding box to kind of represent the box in the thumbnail. So looking at the thumbnail while I'm drawing, I can like kind of just know where I want everything to go in space, and then just draw everything on freehand, because I find that like some amount of planning is beforehand is helpful. A lot of times I will just draw freehand because it's fun and exciting that way, but some amount of planning for like larger pieces like this, like where I have a specific vision in mind, is kind of necessary. I mean, not like required by any means, but it's like I feel like it's necessary to like complete my vision, if that makes sense, of like what I want the piece to be. But I try to do as little like sketching as possible, because I've really been enjoying, and this is one of the things I learned doing Inktober, which is a lot of like experimentation, and one of the reasons I like Inktober so much. Anyway, what I learned is that I really like drawing like in the moment, like kind of making things up as I go, and like drawing things that feel good in the moment, and like not doing a whole lot of planning and just being spontaneous. And I feel like my art has been really benefiting from like doing that, so trying to do more of it. But yeah, in general, I try to do freehand. It just feels good to draw that way. I think in the past I've been really intimidated by it, and that's probably one of the biggest reasons why I haven't done it, because I've always had this kind of like voice in the back of my head saying like, oh, well, what if I mess up? What if I, this or that? So I've been kind of like trying to silence that voice and break some of my habits for the sake of making some better drawings. Well, at least I think they're better. Or at least, like, not even for the sake of making better drawings, I guess that's, kind of inaccurate, but just for the sake of, like, creating a more enjoyable drawing experience for me. Because that's, like, super important. So I urge you guys to try it, even if it's just an exercise you do, like, just in your sketchbook. And, like, when you're doing, more, like larger, more polished pieces, doing some sketching is not, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't want to put the idea in your head that, like, this is the way you should be drawing, and any other way is incorrect, because it's not true. That voice, it's a hard voice to not listen to, because like I know, and like I said, there's nothing bad about this, but drawing with a sketch like underneath, like with a pencil sketch, is a lot safer. Not to say that safe is bad. If you're creating good art and that's the way you do it, then by all means keep doing it. Like, don't let anybody, including yourself, make you feel like you're less of an artist because you draw one way. The way you draw is the correct way. The way you enjoy drawing is the correct way. So don't worry about anybody else, and don't worry about those little voices in your head. Because at the end of the day, making art is what's important. I do this because I tend to feel better about the art I make while doing it. So that's why I do it this way. And if you feel better doing a sketch, then more power to you. But I do urge you to at least try to kind of like break from that idea a little bit. Like I said, try doing it in your sketchbook. Just try practicing it, because it can be just a good exercise in general. even if you don't make it like, you know, a staple of your method or whatever. Hey, hello there. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for taking the time, all of you, to come hang out with me, check out the stream. Family is good. The family is asleep right now, so that's good. Everybody's resting except me, because I don't like to rest. I feel itchy when I rest, like I should be doing something, which is also kind of a like toxic way of thinking, but I don't know, one step at a time, right? But I actually was having a lot of fun earlier. My son has gotten super into The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I absolutely love that movie. So he's been like I don't know if you know about, like, if you haven't been around like 2-year-olds. I mean, I'm sure you've been a 2-year-old, most of you, at one point, but like he's at that point where like once he likes something, he becomes obsessed with it and like wants to watch it every day. And that latest obsession is Night Before Christmas, which I welcome as an obsession because I absolutely love that movie, and I was obsessed with it as a kid. So, like, he wants to watch it every day, and like, I also want to watch it every day, and it's like driving my wife nuts. But I don't know, man. It's like one of the greatest musicals ever. I love Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, actually, Monsters Inc. is one that I've watched like many times also. But I really like Billy Crystal too, so I can appreciate it. But a lot of times when he wants to watch a movie or something, if he's in like movie mode and like sitting on the floor snacking or something, like I'll pop out my sketchbook. Like, I'm all for being like involved as a parent. Most of the time I'm very much participating with him and stuff, but if he's watching a movie, it's like, oh, sketch a little bit. Mr. Rat Guy is gonna have like some sort of dagger or something. This character will be in the comic book. I don't know, like, I haven't really settled on his design yet, so I don't know if this is gonna be like a final design, but just little dagger, letter opener style thing. Yeah, I'd say anatomy. No, questions are good. Don't be sorry asking questions. Like, ask away, please. It gives me something to talk about. Yeah, anatomy. I'd say like I've done a lot of practice, drawing anatomy. When I was in art school, that was a big focus, was figure drawing. I took many figure drawing classes because I really enjoyed it. But yeah, that's something that I've done a lot, so like it comes pretty naturally to me. Also, planning it out in the thumbnail helps because like I kind of know, like, if you notice, like, you may not be able to see this thumbnail really well, but like I've got the general stance set out for this, like, you know, rat character. In the thumbnail I had him looking left. I'm actually drawing him looking right because it's ended up making more sense with the details. And then like I moved his arm a little bit and stuff, but like having the pose in mind ahead of time is a good idea. And then if you've already had a lot of practice drawing anatomy, then it kind of like you know the pose, you know how the anatomy's working, so it's pretty easy to just kind of like make the leap and just like draw it straight out. If you're not super familiar with your anatomy and something you're still practicing at like working into your muscle memory, then like what I'd recommend is sketching out the character, or at least doing like a vague like stick figure of the pose, and then like doing the background freehand. Like that's a really, it's especially if you're feeling like nervous about it, that's a good first step into drawing freehand, I think. It's a good way to like ease yourself into it. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing that. That doesn't cheapen the artwork or anything, you know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nothing wrong with drawing a gesture. I spent so much time, like that was a big part of figure drawing classes, is drawing, you know, like I did a lot of 3 hour poses. I did so many more like 60-second, 30-second gesture drawings. Like that's a huge part of figure drawing and like learning anatomy. Because like if you can learn how to make a convincing figure within 30 seconds, you know, imagine what you'd be able to do just sketching. Like it doesn't take you very long to like to just bust out a pose, you know. Because you've done so much practice with just like doing like really short poses. And if you want to do like self-taught figure drawing, like there are plenty of like channels on YouTube that you can look at that have, you know, real life models that pose, that are essentially doing poses, and it's timed, you know, so you can practice doing your figure drawing that way. By no means do you have to be going to art school to practice figure drawing. And I was talking about that in the other stream about like, you know, kind of how to decide if you want to go to art school or not. And another thing to keep in mind, because in the climate we are with college is very expensive, but thanks to the internet, a lot of the stuff you can learn in college is online for free. You just kind of have to be a little, slightly more dedicated and diligent in finding it and spending the time to actually like view it. And one of the biggest problems I think with that is that, you know, there's nobody to really like guide you for, you know, you don't have a person to talk to if you're watching a video to help guide you on like the finer details if you have a question or whatever. But that information is out there, and like don't hesitate to use it. Tutorials on figure drawing, perspective, you know, stuff like that is all stuff that you can explore if you're curious. And I totally recommend doing it. Go ahead and do like some dark reflections for this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all this water, because there's going to be like a lot of water, obviously, that he's slogging through here. And I think that I want to like try to fill most of it in, but I don't know how I'm going to do that without making it just look like a big jumbled scribbly mess. I don't know, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure something out. Kind of have to see what I'm going to do with the background here first. Yeah, don't feel bad for asking questions. That's one of the reasons I like streaming so much, is I'm able to answer you guys' questions and field your questions in real time. I like it. It's fun and something to do while I'm drawing, which is also really nice. I like streaming because I like hanging out with you guys, and I don't know, it's just fun. I think maybe I'll just do like, if I just do like his shadow, I think, and my battery's getting low. That's not good. Let's see if I can plug in really quick. Alright. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know a lot of people. I didn't actually post on Instagram that I was streaming, so I was kind of doing it just on a whim tonight. But yeah, that's cool. I like seeing people that come from like Instagram and Twitter to check out my stuff. It's really cool. Alright, I'm plugged in now, so I shouldn't have to worry about the battery. At least I don't think so. Um, Hopefully I don't have any other weird issues with like my computer trying to sync my phone while I'm doing this. I don't think I should. But you never know. Animal characters. Well, I like I said, you know, I've drawn a ton of people. I did figure drawing for a really long time. I think, like, not only am I like super fascinated with the natural world and just really enjoy, like, you know, animals and nature and insects and all that good stuff, but like I've drawn so many humans in the last few years that I want to do a project where I don't have to draw any humans. And like, that seems like a really shallow reason, and it is. It's a totally valid one too. But like, also, like drawing humans is fine because like human constructs are very familiar. You know, it's like you already know what human culture is all about because you are a human. But like writing a story and drawing a comic with animal creatures that would clearly have like a completely different culture and lifestyle from ours, just it intrigues me so much more than just drawing people. Because like I was talking about the other day, like I like drawing things that are, you know, unknown, you know, things that are new. Like if I'm gonna draw a car, like you know, I don't want to draw a 2007 Ford Focus. I want to draw like this crazy car that's never been invented, you know. I just like drawing imagination stuff rather than real stuff. To put it like super simply. And so I'd rather create. And yeah, I know a lot of these characters like based on real world animals, but I'd rather create something from scratch. You know, create a world from scratch rather than set a story in a world that exists already. I'm gonna bring this all the way down there. If I just make the shadows really long, then that'll fill the space well enough. Shadows, reflections, whatever you wanna call them. Sorry for my big fat hand being in the way. I'm trying not to move the paper, so I have to move my hand. Just for a second while I do this part here. There we go. That wasn't so bad. I hope I didn't miss any questions. I do that sometimes, so if I missed your question or you said something that I didn't respond to, please remind me. I will not take offense, because it was most likely my fault that I forgot. Actually, it was probably almost absolutely my fault. Probably shouldn't even leave any room for doubt. It was my fault. Blame me. I've got, I just got a set, just ordered a couple more of these High-Tech C mica pens. I had the .04 size pens, and I just got a stock of the .03 size pens, which I used the .03 in the Marceline drawing I just posted. For all the line work. I really like drawing with a super tiny pen for line work like that. But the nice thing about it, they're Pilot brand. Pilot High-Tech C. But they're also really great for doing like comic style drawings because it's a different size pen. So up close, I can do some like, you know, detail textures like I'm doing right now, without it blending in to like this, because it's different size, it's going to seem like it's at a different depth than the other shadows, which is what I want for this, because this is up close and I want you to feel like it's up close. You guys might be able to see the camera shaking a little bit. It's because I have it's basically like the top of a mic stand. You know, the mic stands have that like arm at the top with a clamp on the end that holds my phone. But that arm is not on the floor. It's right now it's secured to my desk. So when I do like scribbly stuff like this, it shakes my desk, which shakes the arm. So you might see the camera moving a little bit. I try to be as gentle as I can, but I can't avoid all of it. So far, the Marceline drawing has been getting really good reception. Glad you guys like that. He's always a fun character to draw. I really need to catch up on Adventure Time. I do not think I'm caught up before the new episodes come out. It's a big deal. I really love Adventure Time. Really love it. And Marceline is just, she's such a fun character. Yeah, I don't know if I'm caught up yet or not. I don't think I am. I'm also going to move to the 0.3 size for doing the rest of this background here. I'm just going to be drawing some of these like tree type things that I drew on the side. I'm going to be drawing some more of those in the back. Because like I've really gotten into Gravity Falls, and I really like Gravity Falls. I tried watching Steven Universe, and I like it, but it doesn't, like I'm not as into it as Gravity Falls, and I'm not even into Gravity Falls as much as I've been into Adventure Time. Like Adventure Time is just like it for me. And I can do a pretty convincing Lemongrab voice that I'm pretty proud of, but I rarely do it because doing that voice for like 10 seconds will give me a sore throat. As you can imagine. Also, like, there's no option to do that voice quietly, so like while I'm streaming and stuff, people are like, "Oh, you do it," but I can't because like people are sleeping, and I literally have to like scream at the top of my lungs to do it. But also, that's just how Lemongrab talks, so it's pretty authentic in that way. Someday I'll just do like a random stream. I'll title it something very normal, like, "Oh, I'm drawing cat people," and then just as soon as I sound the stream, just like start screaming in Lemongrab voice. And like Lemongrab is so much fun to like try to imitate his voice because you can like you can lead with that scream and then just say like anything. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk about it anymore because I'm tempting myself to do it right now, and I really cannot. Like you better believe, like if I did it, like I would get an angry text within like 15 seconds from my wife. Alright, be strong, mic stand, while I scribble this tree in. Be strong. Gravity Falls is, yeah. I mean, those shows are really good. Like, they're both really good. I can recommend both of them. Steven Universe is just not as much my taste. Um, not to say that it's not an excellent show, because it's an excellent show. Like those Adventure Time and Gravity Falls and Steven Universe are some of the most like they're just like these amazing breed of like new age cartoons that are marketed towards kids, but like have so many appealing things for adults to get into too, which I think is really cool. And like I think one of the biggest things that like helps them achieve that is like just a really quality art, like high quality art. It's like you look at the art and it's like you can't really dismiss it as a kid show because it's so well designed. And that's one of the reasons that grabs me. And Steven Universe has some amazing art design. Like some of the backgrounds are gorgeous and character design is awesome, and I mean everything about it is so good. Like it's hard to say that like I don't like that show. But it's not that I don't like it, it's just I don't like it as much as other shows and just have a limited amount of like TV watching time. So I kind of have to like pick and choose which shows I like. If that makes sense. But I can't recommend Gravity Falls highly enough. And man, like if you guys are following Gravity Falls, I'm obviously not gonna say any spoilers, but the last two episodes have been bananas, driving me nuts with cliffhangers and just general awesomeness. It's like almost hard to watch them because I'm so like stressed out about what's gonna happen, but I enjoy it so much at the same time. And yeah, latte shift is cool. I'm also down for a latte shift. Who wants to buy me a latte? Probably too late for lattes. And honestly, I prefer cappuccinos. If I'm being frank. But I'll go back to being Merrick for a little while and just keep drawing, because I'm almost done with this. I think I'm just going to start doing some, like, scribblies in the back. No spoilers, man. I will not condone spoilers. Will not condone it. I agree with you, but I will not condone it. And I'm guessing that means I am caught up because I think that's how far I watched. I mean, that was super vague. Like that, I don't think that was really a spoiler. But because like I mean, you're just acknowledging the presence of a dad. Like there's nothing wrong with that. But man, like I've been trying. Like my wife's been trying to convince me to watch Walking Dead and like get back into Walking Dead because I watched like the first 3 seasons, and no, yeah, it was vague enough. I'm just yanking your chain. Don't take me seriously, please. But I stopped watching it because I was a huge fan of the comics, and they deviated so far from the comics. And I really loved Andrea in the comics, and Andrea in the show was super disappointing for reasons that I will not spoil. But since then, I stopped watching, and my wife has been trying to get me back into it, and everybody's telling me that it's getting good again and stuff, but like that show is so consistently spoiled on the internet that like I don't even have to look for it, and I don't even watch the show and it gets spoiled for me. Like I know which characters are dying, like just by going on Instagram at any given time, and that just sucks because like it just makes me not want to watch it. So I'm probably not going to. Which, I mean, if I'll go back to being frank for a second. But like I don't feel like I'm missing out on all that much. If you guys are like super fans of Walking Dead, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to insult the things you liked, but yeah, it's just one of those shows that's so consistently spoiled. That's like Yeah, like you don't even have to watch it to know everything about it. And like that in combination with already having read the comics, it's like there's no surprises in that show for me. Yeah, Game of Thrones. That's another one I've had a hard time getting into. But like my problem is like I work on the internet and on social media, so like I have to be on that stuff, so like if it's there I'm gonna see it. So not much I can do. Not much I can do. Alright, I'm gonna try to scribble as much of this as I can without making you guys too sick. Because there's some scribblings that need to be done. I just need to like fill in some of this space back here. Like, there'll probably be times when I'm drawing the actual comic where I actually like fill some spots in black. But I don't know, like I think it's kind of a cool aesthetic to like not have any like really solid black spaces. Like it's I don't know, it's interesting to look at a drawing that doesn't have any black spaces, but like has definite dark spaces, but no like solid black. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I've been doing some of that lately, and it's been really fun. It generally means a lot of like little, like tight scribbling like this to like fill in areas. But I like doing it. As strange as that is, it's like super time consuming, but I like doing it. And it's actually really therapeutic to just like pull out a pen and scribble on a page for a while. That's why people I think do like those Zentangle things where you're just like drawing patterns. It's just kind of like it's mindless. Like you're just like moving your pen and it just like feels good to do that. I don't know, it's just like satisfying. And that feeling is like I don't know, I get that feeling whenever I like use a pen. Like whenever a pen like runs out of ink, I just feel like accomplished. Like I've done so many things to make that pen run out of ink, I just feel like good about it. I don't know. Like I might be totally crazy, but like, comment, and subscribe if you know that feel, bro. I think I just made a Game Grumps joke. I've been watching too much Game Grumps. For those of you who are just tuning in, welcome to me just scribbling with a tiny pen in a large space. Like this is a totally random thought. You guys might find it interesting, and it'll give me something to talk about for a minute. But if I ever submitted like a piece of art to a museum for like like a museum of modern art, like an abstract art piece, I already have it planned out what I would do. I would get a huge piece of paper and just spend like months. I don't know how long it would take with like a tiny pen like this size, just doing scribbles like this, like a lot tighter and like quite a bit darker, and just fill up an entire like huge like something huge, like something like 20 by 30 inches or something, or even larger, like several feet, and just fill up the entire paper with like tiny scribbles. Because I feel like that would be really interesting to look at from like far away. and then you get up close and you see like it's just a bunch of like teeny tiny scribbles that like don't mean anything. It's just like you look at it from far away and you see something different from what you see up close. And I think that's a really interesting concept to like explore in art. But I mean, as far as like just total bullshit like modern abstract art is concerned, that's what I would do. I feel like it could be fairly successful. I don't know. So stuff like that is actually fairly interesting in the world of a lot of really uninteresting abstract art. But yeah, I mean like spending like like a long time filling up like a huge sheet of paper. Some like statement about futility and pen miles or something like that. Just write up some like just crazy ridiculous artist statement. You can totally do it. Draw some little spiracles on this guy. Gotta breathe out of something. If you guys wanted to learn something today, here's that thing you're going to learn. That caterpillars and other insects have holes in their body that they breathe through called spiracles. And here's that drawing, all completed. With like not the greatest lighting to see, but it's late. You can only do so much. So here's that. I'll give you like close up on that dude. He was fun to draw. Got people coming in and out. Hey. But I think that's gonna be it. I'm probably gonna call it a night. I'll probably do a little bit of working on my writing for my comic book and get this thing scanned, and that'll probably be it. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by. It's been a little bit more low key, stream, and that's cool. Talking about some random stuff. But yeah, thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You guys are all awesome. Hope you have a great night or morning or wherever you're at. And I hope to catch you on the next one. Take it easy, guys. Bye.